Hey YouTube, this is James. I'm going to show you about Halo. Dun, 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 dun. Halo 1. What to say about it? The very first trilogy. Wow. They say Halo Reach was the first, but I don't think it was. I think Halo Reach was kind of shitty. The very first Xbox for the game console would have to be Halo. And everybody in my school played Halo. They played Halo 1 through Halo 4. When I was graduating high school, Halo 4 came out. And then Halo ODST. I heard they're making another one, but I don't know. That's just rumors. I can't tell you if they are or aren't, but it's hard to say. If they do end up making another one, it's probably going to be based off of Halo 5 because it's got Panethiums and aliens and a bunch of other shit in it. But who knows? It's Halo. It could happen either or. Alright, so Halo. Let's talk about Halo, man. Halo came out when I was a kid. It was a badass game. It had like the battle rifle had 60 bullets in it. It takes like every 6 bullets just to do damage, but it was pretty badass game. It showed me how the trilogy started, of course. But when you're playing the game, you don't pay attention to that. You just pay attention about killing grunts and not robots, but aliens, or what Johnson calls it on Heroic is alien bastards. That's another one there. But yeah, I mean, it's the first trilogy was the combat edition, and I sat up for days playing that with my dad. That was mine and his favorite game. We would play from when I got home from school till like maybe 10 o'clock to watch Jay Leno, the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Love you, Jay Leno. You're my hero. So as like we were playing the game, we made it all the way to the end, and I hate to spoil it, but it was a kick-ass game. You got at the end of the game, you drove the Humvee, which I called the Humvee. It was called the Warthog, but like you drove it, and it was like through the whole entire ship. You had to save Captain Keyes. You had to do a lot of damage just to make that game happen. And if you're playing on co-op, it's a funner game than playing on solo, because if you die, you don't respawn and you go from there, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like an up and down thing, but like it's a stronger thing you think is. But if you're playing co-op, if someone dies, you respawn in a safe area where a second or first player is end up at. So if you die and you go around the corner and there's no one around you, you respawn. You get more ammo that way if you kill each other. Same thing with Halo 2. Halo 2 was badass. It was the very first game to have dual wield weapons on any gun except for some battle rifles. But it was the first game to actually have the 3-round burst battle rifle, and it was a pretty strong gun. It just sucked because you had to shoot the battle rifle like 3 clips just to kill an alien, which you could have picked up the alien gun, which is the alien rifle, and just dual weld both of them and just slaughter them. The Flood was from Halo 1, and the Flood is like where you actually find out like what happened in the game. The reason why you got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on of the Flood. And I wish they made a game where it was like Halo 1, or it was like all the Halos put together, but you had to fight with all the Halo equipment, guns, and armor, and like other bonus stuff, so you could fight the Flood. Besides having it in round 1 through 10, like Halo 3 did, they should have had it where you could just unlimited waves of Flood, like zombies on Call of Duty, that would be the shit, dude. I would stay up for days playing that fucking game if they had it like that. But Halo 3 had it where you had waves of them come out, but it's only numbered up to 10, which was kind of lame because if you got to 10 and you beat it, you beat the Flood, is pretty much saying. Then you get the 75 gold achievement, and when you play it again, you're like, oh, man, this is lame. So, like, I wish they made something like that. That would be totally fucking dope. But Halo 2, the armor for Halo 2 sucked ass. Like, the meter, they should have went back to, like, Halo 1 or Halo 3 where it was, like, on the top of your screen. But even with armor lock, they should have had it, you know. But, like, if you got shot 3 times with the kneeler, you're, like, ready to die. Like, what's the point of playing the game if you're already dead? You know, don't make any fucking sense. But Halo 2, you get to play as an alien called the Arbiter, which betrayed. If you played Halo 1 and you just, like, the ending of Halo 1, if you didn't, like, stop and jump on the Pelican and then have it go to another sequel, they would have it where you could just keep going across the bridge and non-stopping in the Warthog, finishing the level, and then all of a sudden, you got the Arbiter and you got Johnson hugging each other, then it blows up the ring. Well, what happened was, after Halo 1 did that, it went to Halo 2, where you get to play as the Arbiter, where he betrayed Halo, which he was like one of the main characters in Halo 2 that betrayed the ring, and then you get to play as the Arbiter, where you get to go invisible and fucking shoot other thinking of Call of Duty, where you get to shoot like grunts and like other aliens and stuff, like another race. That was cool. Then it went into like the Flood, where he first found the Flood, and then the weapons in Halo 2 wasn't that good. Like, the SMG was really powerful, only if you had the pistol. Or not the battle rifle, the plasma rifle. The blue one. And then they had the red ones. Why didn't they bring that back to Halo 3? Where you can pick up a red one, which is 2 times as stronger than the blue one, and just use it. But, like, if you had that one of those 2 weapons and the SMG, you're invincible. Then you just ran around the game just fucking slaughtering everyone. Same thing with the Flood. But, like, you gotta be careful, because if you're playing the Flood and you throw a grenade and it has, like, one of these bubble guys, and if they blow up and they come towards you, then they blow up again and it drops your shield completely. I don't know, it's just an up and down thing. But, like, Halo 3, the ending of Halo 2 is where you fought the Flood, and then you jumped on that triangle. I call it the triangle, but it was the ending of Halo 2 where he was finishing the fight, then it went to Halo 3. Halo 3 is where he jumped out of that triangle ship and landed. But I was like, if I could jump almost 4 kilometers out of a damn triangle and land on the ground, why can't I jump out of the game and do that, you know? But back then, they didn't have that kilobyte process, which is now for the new graphics and all that mess. But if you really think about it, Halo 3 came a long way. So did Halo 2. Halo 1 was awesome. Even though you couldn't dual wield weapons till the second one, that was still a fun game. Halo 2 was pretty badass. The only bad thing I didn't like was the armor. Not in generally the armor, but the armor shield, where you get shot like 4 or 5 times, your shield drops out like nothing. It should have been like if you had a really good ass. It was either like they had really good armor or a really shitty shield. And then when you got prevents throughout the level, you just like knew that you had to take cover. And if you didn't, you would have died. You know, in legendary mode, you had to like take cover constantly because your shield is shit. They did that for Halo 3, but they had it where you can have skulls. And I don't know all the skulls, but I know a lot of them are like really fun to play one. Like Grunt Birthday, where you shoot him in the face and it like blows confetti all over the place. That's pretty badass. The other one that I was really pissed off about was Halo 4. Halo 4 was lame. I thought it was lame. Where you had to like, I don't really know how to explain this, but like you had it where like you picked up a battle rifle and like you could aim with it and shoot it. I was like, this is just like Call of Duty, but fucking Halo, dude. And then the online multiplayer where you play like against people wasn't too bad, but I thought the storyline for Halo 4 was lame because you had to kill the Penethiums and you had to use like the same guns over again and over again and over again. It's just like, what's the point of playing this game? But people said it was the greatest Halo game they ever made because you had to use like 3 grenades to kill somebody, and then it was like going off of that. I was just like, this is just dumb. So I stopped playing it, and my old brother-in-law, he got divorced from my sister, but I don't think they ever got married. But but yeah, he bought the game and I played it. I thought it was just the lamest game ever because it wasn't even fun. It was like co-op though, but like it was like it's like they went off of another game and made Halo 4. That's exactly what Halo 4 was. The ending wasn't that bad, but like the high tech graphics didn't come from Rapid Tech. It came from Windows 7, which Windows 7 is like garbage. Because, like, if you wanted to update your Xbox 360, it would have taken you like an hour, but now it would take you like, what, 30 seconds? Because you're dealing with Rapid Tech, not fucking Megabyte. And it's kind of funny because I laugh at it sometimes. But Halo 5. No, I'm sorry. The Halo ODST, that was a badass game where you played as a Marine and you had the shield just like a power armor, but like you had limited bullets, so you had to be really careful and you had to kill like grunts and jackals, and it was just like Halo, but you weren't a super mutant fucking power armor asshole that like had to constantly hide from combat because like your armor was jammed from jumping out of a fucking triangle. But yeah, it was a fun game, it was alright. I got to like the point where I stopped playing it because I got to the ending, and the ending wasn't like as good as I thought it would be. But everybody said in my high school that was like the best game to play, but I didn't think so. And then Halo 5 came out when I almost won the lottery. I got 4 numbers. But like I almost won the lottery, but when that came out, that game was pretty cool, Halo 5. And Halo 5 had a really long storyline. Like you played as teams, which didn't make any sense. Why couldn't you play split screen up to 4 people on campaign if you had 4 companions? It just didn't make any sense. It was the first game that literally had like no co-op on it, split screen. It was just the lamest game I played in a while, but it did have a good storyline. It was single player. They should have made it at least 4-player co-op because they had the Rapid Tech to do it, but they didn't. um and the sad thing was the ending was kind of lame too, because if you played on Legendary, there are certain Promethean spots that you would kill them in one shot, but like you just wasted all your ammo on one, and then by the time you go up to the computer, the alien or whatever, to hit them, your punch did like half its damage, so like it didn't actually do anything to them. But like when you're playing as like the Blue Spartan and you're going to find the Arbiter, that's when it got really cool because like you actually killed another race of aliens to find the Arbiter. And then the skulls, if you find all the skulls, you get like 100 gold achievement. And then every skull is like 10. I found like 9 of them, and I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't play it anymore. It got too complicated. And then now they're making Halo 6, which I hope they make it co-op. They have it where you could have the battle rifle as a 32 round clip again, which doesn't make any sense. It's the fucking battle rifle. Make it 60, bitch. And then they're coming out with Halo 6, which I don't understand, because like, why would they make a 6th one if they already did everything? Which I don't know how that's gonna come out. I don't know how that's gonna pan out, but I heard that it's supposed to be pretty good. It might be co-op, who knows? It's got a bunch of bad things in it too, like a few letdowns. But Halo 5, their multiplayer was really cool. Like, I ain't gonna spoil it, but like, you could kill a lot of fucking people in there. And then you got teams. You can fight with teams and stuff and kill them each other and all that. Same thing like Halo 2, really. But without the auto aim from the rocket launcher. But hey, that's my video. Subscribe. And of course, have a nice day.